A new poll showing former President Trump beating President Biden by 10 points in a hypothetical matchup if the election were held today. While another bleak poll for Biden shows a whopping 64% of voters disapprove of his economic agenda. Here to react, the host of Varney and Company and American Built on Fox Business, Stuart Varney. Hey, Stuart.
Good morning.
So bad numbers for Joe Biden.
Terrible. I think he's got two main problems, both of which are likely to get worse. First, age, and then inflation. There's no getting around it. Every single poll shows you that the vast majority of people, 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3, whatever poll you take, he's too old to be the president. Now, that's not something that you can get better from. Once you're in cognitive decline, there's no turning it around and suddenly, miraculously, you got your memory back. It doesn't work like that. So that aspect is going to get worse. The other one is inflation. Since he took office, the price that you and I pay and all of our viewers pay is up 17% in those 2.5 years. That's a stunning amount. Now, that is his big problem, as it's shown in all the polls, and that, too, could get worse from here. Oil prices are going up, gas prices are going up, diesel prices are up. That infuses the whole economy with another uptick in inflation.
An economy has the ability to swing the proverbial independent voter. It has the ability to work on both people on both sides of the aisle. But he's bad right now in every poll. I mean,
every poll.
Immigration.
Every poll.
Now, I don't know if immigration moves the independent voter, but he's doing poorly on that one as well.
But the economy does. That, as you quite rightly point out, that's the key issue for independence. In fact, for all of America.
Right.
When middle America feels worse off, that's not good for any incumbent president. I mean, you know.
The other side of the poll, though, is, it's how poorly Joe Biden is doing, but it's also how well Donald Trump is doing in that hypothetical matchup. I mean, 10 points is new, Stuart. Every other poll we've seen, it's been 1, 2 points. 10 points is new. You are hosting a Fox Business debate this week of GOP primary candidates, but, you know, it does need to be addressed like that. 10 points. Donald Trump, what are those guys who are going to be on the debate stage with you going to say about why they should be the nominee if Donald Trump is 10 points up in a hypothetical matchup?
We will ask that question. What are you going to do?
Right.
Mr. Trump can always look back at his term in office and say, hey, look, I had 2% inflation or less. Would you like to go back to the good old days? And that's a powerful question. Now, we've just got one more candidate who's qualified for the debate. That's Governor Doug Burgum. So he joins the 6 others who were on the debate last time around. So we've got 7 people on the stage. All of them will be looking to break out. This is their moment where they want to break through and move up in the polls and have some momentum going into the primaries in New Hampshire and Iowa. It's going to be my job, along with Dana Perino and Ilya Calderon, the 2 other moderators here. We've got to keep order. We've got to make sure that you stay within the guardrails here, and it's not a shouting match. That might be difficult because they're all looking to break through.
And I know what you're talking about. And by the way, here's a list of the people who've qualified already. It's Vivek Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Doug Burgum, Tim Scott, Chris Christie, and Mike Pence. I know what you're talking about. They're going to fight amongst each other. You know, here's what I think another challenge for you, though, is they have to address Donald Trump, because that's truly, like, even though they're going to fight one another, he's so far ahead in the polls, they have to address how they would beat him in a primary or better represent the Republican Party in a general election.
I'm sure they will address Trump. Guaranteed. What we want is not an interview between the moderators and the candidates. What we want is a debate between the candidates.
Right.
So that they pick up on each other and sort it out. You don't want the interview situation.
I agree.
We want the debate situation. That's what we're looking for.
That's a really good
perspective.
By
the way, the economy is not going to dominate the entire 2-hour debate. Far from it. There are all other kinds of issues which we want to get into and want to find out what the candidates say. Right, crime, all kinds of issues. The border, migrants, inequality, income inequality, for example. Those are big issues outside the direct view of the economy.
And real quick, Stuart, I'm fascinated by this. I've never moderated a debate, and I totally agree with you. I don't want to see an interview. I don't want to see guys go back and forth with the moderator. I want to see them debate each other. Your challenge is balance, right? Making sure everybody has equal time then.
Yes.
Because if 2 guys fight the whole time and other people don't get to speak, that's your challenge.
We have time equity built into it. Nobody dominates for more than their allotted time if we can avoid it.
Time equality.
Time, okay.
Let's
equality?
Equity.
Yeah, let's use that word. Lose that word.
I don't even know what that would mean when it comes to time.
Equality works better for me, I'm telling you.
All right, thanks, Stuart. We'll be watching on Wednesday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
9 p.m. Fox Business. By the way,
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.